Hello everybody, we Paddy for Culture Shock and another promotional video for you today. How's about that then? And what is this promotional video? KPL. And the reason I'm going to promote it again is because of the service and because a bit has got to do with brand loyalty. As a YouTube creator, I sometimes get offered stuff from other companies to review. And if I like it, I do. And if I don't like it, I don't review it. And I have drawer full of knives and things that I've been given that I wouldn't recommend. KPL, I've always recommended since it came out. When it first came out, you couldn't get it over here in the UK. So I contacted the fella, and this is how much I don't know. I've forgotten his blooming name. Really, really nice fella. I said, look, any chance you could send me over a bottle so that I could try it and use it and see what it's like? And he did. Now, there's not a whole lot of companies do that for us across the shuck here in the UK. You know, if they're from far off distance lands, it's really not worth their while unless you're a huge channel. I was not a huge channel. I was a small channel. I don't do a whole lot of maintenance videos, but I'm a knife person and I like 1095 steel. So apart from that, I just wanted something to go along with what I already had. I'd been using mineral oil since I started, and it was fine. There was nothing of it. It was fine. When I got KPL, it changed everything that I thought about oils for pivots completely, because it's just an absolutely super. This boy refined it for pocket knives, and it just works, right? And that's it. I have been using the silver bottle, just the basic, since I ever got it. I've used it on my Chris Reeves, I've used it on my D10, but it works. And you use very, very little of it because it's so good. Now, that's just my experience. But here's why a bit of brand loyalty for me means something. I am a small channel. I'm across the shop. I'm far away from these places. I mention anytime somebody asks me, I recommend KPL because to me, it's the best I've ever used. I have no complaints about it, and I've no need to even improve on what it does because I don't think there is that much improvement than anything else that I hear out there. This works. It just flipping works. So I highly recommend KPL. But here's with the brand loyalty bit. I got a wee phone call about 2 weeks ago. And it's the fellow who owns it. I've forgotten his flipping name. That's usual for Paddy. I don't write these things down. But anyway, he rang me up. He says, look, Paddy, I haven't sent you a bottle for a while now. I was just looking at my records. I've got some new stuff. Do you mind if I send it over to you? I said, no, thank you very much indeed. I still use KPL. Best product that I have found out there. So I'll highly recommend it. And please, I would love to see what else you've got. So he sent me over within 2 weeks now. It's just from the States. A bottle of KPL and a bottle of heavy KPL, which is apparently better for the detent tracks and your ceramic balls and all. So I'm going to use that and see what I think of that. But the KPL, this is my bottle. I can't, how do you explain to somebody you use something? You can't. It's really difficult because they're just going, this is my KPL bottle. It's just well used. Look at the state of the use of that bottle, but look how much is still left in that bottle. Gosh, that really, this has been used and it just goes on and on. And when I ran out of the bottles that he sent me originally, I bought another one. And that's all I've had to use in all that couple of years is 3 bottles. And I have a lot of knives that I put this in the pivot. A lot of knives. And when I put it in the pivot, I maybe don't use a knife for a year and I know I can pick it up and it's still working perfectly. I put one tiny wee drop on either side of the pivot just to keep it lubricated, and away it goes again. Not had any problems whatsoever drying out or gumminess or stickiness, none. So it works. So what he done was he sent me something over. And this is why I like staying with something that somebody out of the, it's a small business. And yes, he's looking for people to say it's good on their channels. But most of us only say it's good if it is, and it is. I'm not looking for anything else because this works for me. And what he did send me over this time, these are, I cannot wait to try them. It's a little pack of 3. These are cheap. These are not expensive things. I haven't even got the price with me, but you can go to his. Here's where you go to find out about KPL. KnifePivotLube.com. That's it. It's dead simple. Or you can go onto Instagram, type in Knife Pivot Lube. It comes up on Instagram and it'll take you to his shops and all that sort of thing. But these little things, there's 3 in a packet, and they're like a plasticky sort of material. But what they are is anti-corrosion, anti-rust. And if I can put this up, you can read this in your own thing. But you just put it in a box. Look, I'm just going to make this and do this here. Look. You've seen my boxes. I have these boxes with my knives in them, and I'm constantly throwing little packets of, the stuff that you get with new knives. I throw them in there to try and keep the rust away from my knives. One of these in that box, the knives only have to be about 6 inches, in radius around this little patch, and it keeps them rust free for up to 2 years. I cannot wait to put one in either of my 2 boxes on the side and one in my drawer down here that I keep all my 1095 knives. That is brilliant. And look, it is incredibly reasonable for just 3 of them. It's not dear. It's not going to break the bank, but just a product that I'm dying to try. And if it's as good as that, and he told me that was good, so I'm going to believe him. He said these were really good. I'm going to believe him. I'm going to try them. And I'll keep you updated as to how good they are. Because 1095, I have my window open here. I'm down by the sea. There's salt, corrosion. I spend a lot of time putting these little packets in, trying to keep the rust away from my knives. So far I've managed to do it, but you're constantly having to change the little packets. I get this 2 years. Hopefully I don't have to worry at all. But I'll let you know, because it's a product I'm recommending. So I'm recommending this on the basis that I've never tried it, but I know his products have been good so far. So I'll go ahead and recommend it. It's not that dear that it's going to hurt you, even if it failed, but I don't believe it'll fail because of the trust I have in this little fella. And for him to contact somebody across the water to give out his product and let it be tried, that just means the world to me. He also sent me these new things now. This again is just simplicity, genius. There's a pack here of about 50. They're under $10, right? Or something like that. They're just not expensive. And here's what it is. It's a little plastic clean out tool. Look how thin that is. Now, if you're ever doing your maintenance, my good knives, when I'm doing my maintenance, I try to get into every corner in here. And look, yes, you can use these. Now, they don't fit in there because this is a very slim traditional knife. This has the anti-static little cloth that's wrapped around the top of it to get right in there. But the place that I like to get in is in the top and get in and around there. And instead of having to use a stick and a cloth and getting in, this little article is absolutely perfect. And you can see the little microfiber type cloth at the end of it. And these are reusable. Just wash them in soapy water afterwards, dry them out and reuse them again to clean your pivots. There's about 50 there. What a super idea. What a super idea. I just think it's genius. And it's funny, I was looking other uses that I would use for them. Here's a Spyderco. You know the way Spyderco have these stupid holes all the way over the knives for different ways? That's how small it is. If you want to see or judge by you, look at that. So you can poke that in there, clean anything at all. I love when I'm doing a clean-up to do a really good one because I probably won't do it for another year. Behind little things like this, look, you can get that and get it in behind there and get any fluff and dirt that's in there out without having to jam things in, squash up bits of toilet paper. I've used all sorts. Little bits of stick that I cut down the side. This is just a miracle. Look at the dirt coming out of that. But isn't that just simple? It's simple, it's great, it's cheap, about $10 or something for 50 of them. Just super. You wash them in soapy water, put them back in the packet, use them again. Just keep them in a wee tub beside you. I have a wee tub of pens in there. There are going to be a few sitting in there. So it's absolutely, this is great. This is moving forward. This is branching out on something that's already brilliant. And I just highly recommend that to anybody. You don't need to try another oil for your knives once you get that. You'll not. It's just so good. The heavy, I'm going to try it. I haven't used it. I'll report back on that to see how that goes. I'm going to use it on my Chris Reeves, because Chris Reeves do tend to work on a thicker oil base. So I'm going to try lubricating my Chris Reeves with this to see if it makes any difference before it goes. I've already sold it, but I have to do that review, actually, by the way. I've sold it to one of my chums, but I just want to put that in it and do a wee service on it, and let's see how it works. So I'm highly recommending KPL. I love these couple of, they're just simple products, but they make your life so much easier. And I mean, this little thing, you know, it can't get much more simple, but I didn't think of it. So it's just brilliant. I just think that's a super idea. This, if it works, is a game changer for those of us who like 1095, on carbon steels. That is a game changer if it works. I'm so hoping it works for him. But I believe this fella has tested it and knows it works. So there we go. That's the good part about getting stuff from somebody you trust, but staying with them and going with their improvements, because, this is only a little product. They're not dear products. This is a fella's business. He puts his heart and soul into it, but he's trying to make life easier for us. And that's what I like. That's brand loyalty, staying with somebody. And I'm talking about brand loyalty. Look, I use Loctite. I've used it since I got into the thing. It works. It's brilliant. I just use it. This is the new one that's in the wee jar, with it in there. You can see that's well used. This is brilliant. I don't look for anything else because this works. Things like super glue. I've changed the Gorilla Glue, the gel. I think it's brilliant. You can put it into places easier. Doesn't run all over the place. So I stick with that, and I use Gorilla Glue all the time now. Case paste. Ever since I started using this, I don't need another paste. You can only get your knife so shiny. This gets my knife shiny. I don't need to buy anything else. Plus, it's from the knife world, so you're helping our knife world by using knife products. Our knife made by knife lovers and knife products case. It's absolutely great. So I am quite loyal to products that I believe are good. KPL, I can't thank the fella enough. They send it over here to Ireland. Proves that the bloke trusts his products and is happy to give them to people who's using them. And he's giving out these things. That's a hell of a statement. That's a hell of a statement. And I trust him because he's not lied to me. So I'll give that a try. And these are a game changer for cleaning your knives. Absolute super. There you go. I got a bit animated there because I know there's been hassle, and I really haven't joined in at all. I'm out of hassle, as you know, for the minute until the next one. But there's been hassle about another company coming in on top and bringing another one, and that's good. We all need competition. Everybody needs competition, but I'm not going to change just on a whim. I don't need another oil, so I'm not even looking. I'll use KPL. Whether he had sent me this or not, I would still use, as I've done before and bought on my own money, KPL, because it's good. But the fact that he remembered, went through his logs, seen that he had sent me it before, and then sent me some more. I mean, there's not a great value to this. As you know, I can get one knife from a company that's more than all that. But I feel special. And I feel special because he's given me the privilege of letting you know that I've used this, it's good, and I recommend it. And when I recommend something, I stand by it, whether that's good or bad. And if it fails, well, I'll take the rap. I'll put my hands up. This ain't going to. These are going to be amazing. I don't care how simple they are. They're just cheap, so useful for anybody who has an amount of knives that they want to clean, whether that amount is 1 or 50 or more than that, as I have. This I'm putting in the boxes today after this video, and I'll keep you in contact in 6 monthly sort of intervals and let you know how it's going. Take care. Paddy's away. Bye now.